Idalio, Drinkerinos. Welcome to the Idaho Booze Podcast. I am your host, Steve Koonce, author of the Idaho Beer Book and writer of many articles about the Gem State's abundant supply of beer, wine, and spirits. Thank you to everybody who listened last week. Awesome turnout. We had way more attention than I thought we would get, so we'll get this up on a normal podcast channel very soon. Just bear with us as we start this thing up, hoping to get at least one episode out a week as we get further into it. I decided to go with Idaho Booze Podcast instead of Friday Night Pints Podcast. Friday Night Pints Podcast, hard to say. Also, a lot of P's popping there. Also, I wanted to kind of delve more into the wine and spirits of the Gem State because there's a lot of good stuff out there. So let me know what you think. Maybe you like the Friday Night Pints Podcast better. Email me at idahoboozepodcast@gmail.com with any sort of tidbits or comments or anything like that. If we get enough emails in, maybe we'll even do like in a little email section. Now, last time I spoke with you guys, we talked about Edge going out of business, and some new information has come to light from a couple of different sources, independent of each other, that the founders of Edge and Homebrew Stuff basically left their investors high and dry. And this is really troubling to me because I used to work there and I know a lot of those investors. They are the lifeblood, or were the lifeblood of that place. They were constantly coming in, eating and drinking there, kicking in money or time whenever they were asked. And they were always a really good sounding board for me when I had any ideas, or when I had some like half-baked ideas that I need to run by somebody. They were usually there for me personally. So it's very troubling to me that they were treated like this in the end by the founders. Whenever a business goes under, people are going to lose. Obviously, employees lose first. Then the owners lose, investors lose. But to not get anything back from this particular investment is, to say the least, kind of troubling and just kind of weird. Because you'd think that with that building, all the equipment and everything else, they would have been able to squeeze some more money out of this deal. But they just weren't able to do it. So I'm thinking it was... And one of the people that I talked to that used to work there even told me that they had a lot of debt. They had to get it out of it, whatever. Edge should not have ended insolvent. It had at least four really marketable assets. Had an obligatory double IPA, which, as I said last time, we could sell anywhere. Huckleberry cider, which was an amazing product. It still will be amazing, I think, with Western Collective, but it was just a really, really nice and an exciting product that people really enjoyed. And then the off-the-clock canned cocktails, those were really good. People really dug those. I think the whiskey and what they were doing there was also kind of fun, but the restaurant, I think, was the biggest asset of them all. That restaurant, unless it took a very sharp turn in the last 3 or 4 years, was always packed. And I just can't see, I mean, at the very least, it should have been sold whole to get the investors back some money. But them selling the brand and then holding out and selling this later, I think because they sold the brand, which the owners own, which they own in perpetuity. Well, not anymore. Now Western Collective owns it. Then the investors are stuck with nothing. And it's not right. A lot of these investors are friends of mine. And I hope they're listening. And just know that me and a lot of former employees at Edge are with you 100%. I mean, it's just really sad. It's a sad story all the way around. I don't want to sit on here and bemoan the fact that these investors are getting, not being treated very fairly, but that's kind of what happened here. And so just to put a little bow on that story, if you're going to make it out, if you made it out this week to say goodbye, that's nice. I did not. I felt that I've given them a lot of time and money. So we're moving on from that story. We have other stuff to talk about. This episode is brought to you by Idaho Brewers United, or the IBU. Have you heard? IBU is going digital. The Idaho Brewers Trail app will have brewery profiles, beer news, and detailed information on your favorite Idaho beers. As if that's not enough, there will also be a Brewers Trail point system to grant you prizes and rewards just for hitting up Idaho's amazing breweries. Sign up for IBU's Brew News at idahobrewers.org for the app's release date and other news from Idaho's brews. All that and more at idahobrewers.org. Now, getting on to some stuff in the news and some other things. Boise Public Radio story. They had a story on hops in the local area and how there's been a sharp decline in the amount of sales because of craft beer sales going down. All I have to say is I'm doing my part. Let's see if everyone out there can do their part as well. Let's buy some more craft beer, make sure that our friends out in Wilder are kept in business. I think that when it comes to craft beer, there was a giant uptick in craft beer over the 2010s. So starting probably in about 2011, 2010, 2011, we started to see a lot more breweries pop up, a lot more craft beer sales, and many of those beers were super hoppy beers because that's, what we liked. And as craft brewers and as people like me have gotten a little bit older, they've suddenly realized that what they really want, even though we do want hops, and I love hops. I'm still drinking IPAs all the time, but we also maybe sometimes want a Pilsner, or we also sometimes want an amber. So this big group of people, myself included, we're growing up and we're finding that super duper hoppy beers aren't our favorite thing. And younger people aren't filling in the cracks there because they're going on to legalized cannabis where they can do that. They're going on to vaping, which gross, but whatever. And they're going on to other things that are not alcohol. So I've noticed it with my 23-year-old kid. He doesn't really drink that much. He doesn't really care for it. He doesn't like feeling like crap in the morning, or maybe he just doesn't like the taste. I don't know what it is, but he's just certainly not into IPAs. He'll drink like pub beer or Pilsners, whatever, when he comes over. So, I think all we can really do is just dig in and keep buying those IPAs and helping out our friends growing those beautiful hops out there in Wilder and beyond. But that's not why you're here. Let's get to the beers. Had a chance to go to Sockeye for their car show over the weekend and tried the Moltegrazi Italian Pilsner and really liked it a lot. It was light, nicely hopped with a smooth finish. Very nice looking beer too. Clear, pale yellow, not even like golden, kind of a golden color. Not sure I guess it's a new style because I'm not sure what exactly makes this beer Italian. Maybe there was a breadstick sticking out of it or something. But molto bene, ragazzi, sake. Really killing it right now over there. Sockeye making some nice beers. They've got a good group of brewers in there right now. We had a Dagger the other day, and it was nice and bright. Still crazy bitter, which I love. I ride with Dagger, that's for sure. And so again, molto bene, ragazzi, Sockeye. Way to go on that one. While I was at Sockeye, ran into Derek Brown, old friend of the show. He is now brewing at Highlander Brewing in Salmon. And if you have a chance to try some of those beers, he's a great brewer and they are tasty. I was recently able to try Strange Haze and the Hatch IPA, two good beers. They also have a couple other beers in the market. If you look for them, they're in cans, 12-ounce cans over at Gem State. Chris has a new IPA up there called Old Glory for the holiday, for the 4th of July holiday. Happy 4th of July, by the way. Didn't even say that. I'll get to that, though, in a little bit. I've got a little thing on that. He calls it an Ultra American IPA, which plays surprisingly well in Eagle. It's Ultra American because of the American blend of hops. I'm making quotation marks with my hands. He bought from one of the hop vendors, so he's not sure what's in there. But I can tell you it was very reminiscent of Centennial, Chinook, Cascade, maybe a little Citra in there as well. It looks really good in the glass. Pale yellow, not a hazy. It's a West Coast style IPA, so pretty see-through-y with a white head. You get some grapefruit, pine, other citrusy notes on the nose. Bitter finish with a hint of pine and resin, which is really nice. Kind of a throwback. It's a nice IPA, great way to celebrate the 4th of July weekend. And you can find that on tap at Gem State Brewing. I think it was about 6%, 6.5% alcohol. And then we had this little guy from Mother Earth and Coronado. They got together for a collaboration IPA. This is a West Coast style IPA as well. Bright, juicy hops on the nose. That's a grapefruit, lemon rind, maybe a little stone fruit in there as well. Maybe some apricot, some peach, something like that. Bitter finish, not crazy bitter, pretty balanced as you would expect from a Mother Earth and a Coronado beer. Great flavor throughout with grapefruit, lemon, and a hint of orange coming through on there. Most amazing thing maybe about this beer, well, the inside is really nice, but the outside, the can is gorgeous. Looking at it right now, there's a Mother Mermaid on here to kind of meld the two brands, Coronado and Mother Earth. Really just beautiful can art printed on, and people like myself who've done can art before really appreciate the sticker being a kind of metallic sticker, which is really nice. This is part of their Four Seasons of Mother Earth series. These are usually like big, badass stouts. The last one I think I had was an Imperial Brown or something that was like 12% barrel aged. Really cool that they're able to kind of take that brand and move it over to like an IPA like this. Nice IPA, 7.3%. I found it at Costco. So I'm pretty sure it's anywhere, you would ever buy beer, Whole Foods, Co-op, Brewers Haven, places like that. So check that out. 7.3%, probably around 80 IBU. Not, like I said, not super bitter on the back end, but a really gorgeous beer both inside and out. So if you see that around, be sure to pick it up. This episode is sponsored by Like Button. Okay, you've started a business and you built a website and a Facebook page, other social media. Now, where are the new customers? Navigating the waters of digital marketing is time-consuming, complicated, and costly. So let Like Button do it for you. With plans starting as low as $2,000, Like Button specializes in helping small businesses grow up and larger businesses scale by putting together a strategy and maximizing ROI numbers through paid ads, omnichannel marketing, and even SEO. Go to likebutton.us for your digital marketing needs and get back to doing what you do best. Grow your business with Like Button. My thing with 4th of July is we need to get together. Everyone, you see everyone out there, no matter what affiliation you are, but everyone loves the flag. Everyone loves the country. We all love America. We can all pretty much just say that, right? We love America. It's great. I mean, we have our ups and downs, sure, but for the most part, pretty great. Wouldn't live anywhere else, I don't think. I mean, maybe for a little while, but anyway, beside the point. 4th of July, my favorite holiday. I propose to you, the listeners of this fine show, that we turn the 4th of July into summer Christmas. And look, everybody loves Christmas, but it is a pain in the ass. You're going to grandma's house, you're going to your kid's house, they're coming to your house, whatever it is. And the roads are all snowy, the weather sucks, it's cold, all this other crap that you have to deal with for this 1 week period of the year. And then you have New Year's right on top of that. Why don't we just get rid of all that crap? We do Thanksgiving already, so we have Thanksgiving. That's awesome. Then Christmas, maybe we just do like with the fam, and then turn 4th of July into our traveling holiday to visit everybody. Think about it. It's nice outside. The roads are fine. It's sunny. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Unless you live in Seattle, then it's a coin flip. So my proposal to you is that we turn the 4th of July into Christmas. We do everything we would do during Christmas, except for we do it in July. We get our families together. We do the whole thing, and we just blow it out for 4th of July instead of Christmas. Because we love America. We love celebrating it. Fireworks are kind of fun. They used to be more fun. Now they're fine. So we got fireworks. We've got cookout. We've got food. We've got summer cocktails. We've got beers. We've got it all for the 4th of July. And we're just like blowing it out that week. We take that week just like we would Christmas. Because that's the other thing. If you only have like 20, maybe 15 days of vacation or less, you're spending 4 of those days or 5 of those days, like probably 50% of those days, 30 to 50% of those days, just in freezing weather. It's cold, it's rainy, it's snowy, depending on where you live. It's just not as much fun. Now, with my idea, 4th of July Christmas, summer Christmas, this is, you're spending the days at the beach, or you're spending it outside, you're playing volleyball, you're playing cornhole, whatever you're doing. It's just a lot more fun. So I say, just please let's give it a chance. Let's try it out. Right now, let's make a pledge. We're doing 4th of July. We're doing summer Christmas, starting 2025. We're getting rid of this cold, snowy, rainy bullshit, and we're moving to summertime where it's nice. You don't have to pack as much. There's no sweaters. You're just outside having a good time, drinking beers, having barbecue. Way better, in my opinion. This episode is brought to you by Idaho Brewers United, or the IBU. Have you heard? IBU is going digital. The Idaho Brewers Trail app will have brewery profiles, beer news, and detailed information on your favorite Idaho beers. As if that's not enough, there will also be a Brewers Trail point system to grant you prizes and rewards just for hitting up Idaho's amazing breweries. Sign up for IBU's Brew News at idahobrewers.org for the app's release date and other news from Idaho's brews. All that and more at idahobrewers.org. Well, that about does it for this week's episode of the Idaho Booze Podcast. Keeping it short today. Next time, hopefully we go a little bit longer. And speaking of next time in the Idaho Booze Podcast, we talked to Ben Hart from 44 North. He's going to be bringing a friend to discuss summer cocktails. We're going to go over some fun summer cocks and chat about the Idaho booze scene. Ben's going to learn me on his brand, 44 North, and we'll discuss what's going on in our state as far as booze is concerned. It will be a spirited conversation. Also, I'm heading up to the mountains for a wedding this week, and I'll have a full report on what's going on up in the McCall area. Beers and drinks and other stuff, see what's going on, if there's any new sort of fun activities. That's all if I survive the river rafting adventure. So we'll see about that. Finally, we'll have our Friday Night Pints segment where I go over the beers and wine and spirits I enjoyed that week, plus any emails we might receive. All that and more on the next Idaho Booze Podcast. I am your host, Steve Koonce, signing off on episode 2. Good day and good drinking, everyone.